Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Big Mike back here with you again. And today I will be giving my personal WWE Extreme Rules predictions. Now, in Extreme Rules is this Sunday. It starts at 7. I believe the pre-show then is at like 6:30. So let's get it going. Starting in the pre-show with a newly added match from this past Tuesday. It's the team of the New Day, represented by all three of them, Big E, Xavier Woods, and Kofi, against the newly called up Sanity stable. That would be Killian Dane, Alexander Wolf, and Eric Young. And so far on the main roster, and it's a tables match. But I don't know if all of one team need to go through a table or just one person. Either way, it should be fun. It's a nice little pre-show matchup. And with Sanity just losing for whatever reason since they got called up, I think they need a win. They need a win here, and, no one has to eat a pinfall. So I think Sanity wins this one. And maybe they start building up to a Sanity versus Bludgeon Brothers feud for the tag titles on SmackDown. Alright, next up. First match on the pre-show. I know where everyone would like to go, but I think it's going to be this first match. It's going to be Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor without a stipulation. It's been an okay feud. It's definitely the leftovers of the Big Cass Daniel Bryan feud, in that Corbin, the big guy, doesn't like Balor, the little guy. Wash, rinse, repeat. I think Balor wins this, although I do not think this is a one-off match, which is sad. I just want this to be over and done with. It's a who gives a crap filler feud. Next up from SmackDown, it is for the United States Championship, as it's Shinsuke Nakamura challenging Jeff Hardy for the title. Again, no stipulation. I've been okay with this. Both guys are talented enough. I think they would mesh together. And apparently Jeff has been working hurt, so maybe he'll take some time off. So I think Shinsuke Nakamura gets the win here. And finally gets off the snide of being titleless in the WWE. I wish it was the WWE title, but I'll be okay for the US title. Why not? Alright, next up for the... for the Raw Tag Team Championships. It shall be the Deleters of Worlds, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, taking on Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, aka the B-Team. Now, if rumors are true, I have seen that the next guys to compete for the Raw Tag Team titles are the Authors of Pain, who, if you don't know them, they just got called up after WrestleMania, and they are both really intense big dudes, and I love them. And so I say it would be a better matchup if the Deleters of Worlds win this match, and I believe that's what's going to happen. Okay, next up. In a steel cage match, no title on the line, it's going to be Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Braun Strowman's going over here. There's no way he loses this match. He still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. By the way, WWE, stop calling it the Monster in the Bank. That's not what it is. I get it. Oh, he's the monster among men. He's Mr. Money in the Bank. And hopefully he has a chance to cash in on Brock at SummerSlam, which is probably what's going to happen. Or Brock or Roman. Either one is fine by me. So Braun wins this. Next up, for the SmackDown Women's title, it shall be Carmella defending against Asuka. Now, Carmella she's fine as a good heel champion. I'm good with that. And with the recently returned James Ellsworth back, one would assume he'd be in her corner, but that's not true. As you guys sell that toy, Ellsworth will now be up in a shark cage because you gotta sell that toy. It'll be an okay feud. I know what's probably gonna happen. Ellsworth's gonna drop something from the shark cage. Carmella's gonna get it, hit Asuka, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Which is a shame because Asuka went from undefeated, the big powerhouse of the women's division, to now what she is now. After this, what's next? Although this would get a very good opportunity for someone else, maybe like Becky Lynch. I love Becky Lynch. I hope. So that's probably my thinking going on. It's going to be Carmella winning by some nefarious means. And then we'll see Becky Lynch get a shot down the line somewhere. Alright, next up. Let's see. For the Intercontinental Championship, in a 30-minute Iron Man match, it will be Dolph Ziggler defending his Intercontinental title against Seth Rollins with Drew McIntyre in Dolph's corner. Now, I am a big fan of Iron Man matches. I kind of wish they would let this go an hour or so. But I guess 30 minutes is okay. Basically, rules of this match: multiple pinfalls, multiple submissions get you points. Most points at the end of the time limit wins. Now, I do have some ideas of where to go with this. You can either have Drew McIntyre try to interfere on Dolph Ziggler on behalf of Dolph Ziggler. That backfires. And maybe Seth wins the title, starting their feud, and then Seth could go do what he does. But I don't think that's going to happen. Here's what I think happens. Maybe Drew at some point gets thrown out mid-match. And of course that leads to, maybe Seth in a roll-up position and the ref being distracted, which is fine. And then out comes someone who I wanted to return for a while, and someone who's very underrated. That's Dean Ambrose. Now, a lot of people would think, oh, he's going to go help Seth. No, because he's going to come back a bad guy and cost Seth the match, setting up their feud and maybe giving Dolph Ziggler more of a chance with the Intercontinental title. So I think Dolph Ziggler's going to win with help from Dean Ambrose, which would be fantastic. Alright, next up. What is next? Wow, not a lot left. Okay, next up is for the WWE title. It shall be AJ Styles, the champion, defending his title against Rusev, of all people. Now, this hurts me to say this. I love Rusev. I'm a big fan of AJ. There's no way AJ's losing this match. I'm sorry. As much as I would like to see Rusev be WWE champion, I don't think he's winning the title here. Sorry, WWE fans. It's probably what's going to happen. AJ is going to win, and then he's going to go into SummerSlam feuding, if rumors are true, against Samoa Joe, which I'm all about. Let's get these two guys together again, and let's make some magic. Next up, for the Raw Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match. Yes, finally the Extreme Rules come alive. It's Alexa Bliss defending her title against Nia Jax. The fuck? And sitting outside the ring, in the crowd, front row for reasons, it is Ronda Rousey, who is currently on suspension for kicking the crap out of Kurt Angle. So, I think what's going to happen is Ronda's going to jump the ring. She's going to beat down Alexa. She's going to beat down Nia as well. Why not? And then Alexa's going to take advantage, pin Nia, 1, 2, 3. And that'll set up maybe a nice little triple threat feud for SummerSlam, which I think would be fantastic. And what will more than likely be the main event of the evening, it will be Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. Yay. I cannot be less excited for this match. Although what they did on Raw with it was fine, but I feel like they could have done a little more. I am really not excited for this. And it's more than obvious that Roman shall be winning this match. And then moving on to main event SummerSlam and win the Universal Championship. But then Braun Strowman shall cash in his Money in the Bank contract and win the Universal title, which is very deserved, and it's something that I want. We're just going to have to sit through a couple Roman main events for a while. And, yep, that's my predictions. Give me your thoughts on this down below. And, see you later. Let's enjoy Extreme Rules. Later.